And we have lots of flowers here.
Sure.
So can you tell us what is the significance of the flowers and the way that they look different from one another?
That's a really good question, Tamberly. And I actually just went out a day or two ago to a local nursery here in the Washington, D.C. area, and I just saw what was in bloom. And one of my favorites here is foxglove, or what's called digitalis. And in my yard, when they're in bloom, I get a lot of leafcutter bees actually going into the flower and getting nectar and pollen, and they're actually very defensive about it. They even try and chase me out of the garden, and it's my garden. But also hummingbirds will go in there because these are tubular flowers. A nice long beak with a long tongue will be able to take advantage of that. But then there are other types of flowers.
So here are some flowers called composites, and we see that they come in all different colors, but all of these kinds of flowers are very flat. Now, we all love walking around and looking at beautiful flowers, but the reason why flowers are so beautiful is actually to attract pollinators. So these flowers here are flat so that they can act as a landing pad, so that the bees can kind of zoom in and land on them so they can get their nectar and their pollen. Look at that. Now this bee, she liked the orange flower, but the reason why flowers are all different colors is because some bees like flowers that are different colors. So some bees will like the purple flowers, some bees like yellow flowers, and some bees like orange flowers. And that's why we have all the colorful flowers that we see today. It's because of all the different types of bees.
And hey, wait a second. One of the things.
Hungry.
One of the things I like to plant for in my garden, as with back here with this sage, is fragrance. I love mints. Mints are a great pollinator attractor. Here's salvia, which is in the mint family, and it's a great pollinator attractor. I also like to plant marigolds. I think a lot of people like to plant marigolds. And there are two different types of marigolds I have here today. There's this little marigold right here, and if you look closely, you can see there's a center with lots of tiny flowers, just like these flowers. And then there's a ray petal right here. Now on this marigold right here, there's really no center part with all those ray flowers. It kind of looks like a big powder puff. And that means there aren't as many flower parts, and there's not as much pollen and nectar there. So they're really not, I don't like to plant this kind.